Swamiji, it was such a pleasure to listen to you on the Festival of Wellbeing. आपने जो बात स्पिरिचुअलिटी की करी, अटैचमेंट के बारे में आपने बात करी, आपने कृष्णा का एग्जांपल दिया इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ डज द आइडेंटिटी चेंजेस एंड दैट आइडेंटिटी डिफाइंस व्हाट आवर पर्पस बिकम्स. स्वामी जी, फर्स्ट थिंग इज़ हम ये मानते हैं कि एक वो मैस्लोज नीड हायरार्की होती है. शुरू में लोग दुनियावी चीज़ें में घुसे हैं, अपनी सिक्योरिटी, अपनी फैमिली, इन सब का ध्यान रखते हैं. एंड ग्रेजुअली वंस दे हैव डन एवरीथिंग इन देयर लाइफ दे रियलाइज कि इन सब में कुछ नहीं रखा था. हैप्पीनेस, जॉय तो कहीं और है. एंड दैट इज़ व्हेन दे रीच दैट स्टेज where they want to volunteer in their life, but that is typically beyond 50 years of their age, when half your life is typically gone. If the true joy is in spirituality, if the true joy is in meditation, how can we teach this to our children so that जो 50 साल हैं, in every phase of their life, they are able to find happiness and joy?
So namaskar. It was very nice that you asked this question because ये तो आज की ज़रूरत है, नीड है. क्योंकि बच्चे हम देखते हैं, यूथ को हम देखते हैं तो उनको मेंटल हेल्थ चैलेंजेस हो रहे हैं, डिप्रेशन में जा रहे हैं, ड्रग्स हो रहा है, सुसाइड हो रहा है, बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. क्यों? क्योंकि एक आंतरिक शक्ति और शांति जो है वो नहीं मिल रही है ना उनको. तो दिस इज व्हाट हैज़ टू बी टॉट थ्रू द स्कूल्स.
करेक्ट.
इफ schools are not doing it because of the wrong notion of secularism, we have to supplement it through the classes. So that's what Chinmaya mission does. And I'm sure many organizations are doing it now, where we teach these values from childhood, we teach the scriptural anchoring from childhood, also teach them methods to find inner peace. So yoga है, प्राणायाम है, ध्यान है, इन सब से छोटी छोटी मात्रा में 5 minutes, 10 minutes they practice it. Breath control है. Through that they will learn to turn within.
Correct.
And also bring them closer to the role models ki who are the great people, what have they achieved, how spiritual knowledge has played a part in their life. And one most important thing, children learn from seeing, not from listening.
Yeah.
So the parents have to practice. If they practice sitting in front of Bhagwan or doing whatever the spiritual sadhana they feel appropriate, then the children will imbibe it more. And if they see the teachers, if they see the elders, if the culture becomes that spirituality is a part of life. Like how breathing is so normal, in that way spirituality is very, very normal. It is not something like you said, to be practiced after 50. This country has produced such great saints who are children.
Correct.
Who have been young. And this country, we should not have this wrong notion at all.
Absolutely.
Namdev ji was so young. Janabai, Sakrubai, we are in Maharashtra. All these are great saints in Maharashtra. Even Adi Shankaracharya ji, Vivekanand ji, you name it. Mirabai, Anandmayi Ma. Very from young age, she had love for Krishna. Right. So those stories and people, we have to present, see these people. And also successful people in the world. Like Dr. Abdul Kalam used to read the Gita. Or Sunita Williams, recently she returned from space.
Yes.
She took 3 things to the space. First time when she went. Ganesha, Gita and Samosa. These 3 things she took. So like this, people who have been successful in the world also, how they have also anchored in the knowledge. Absolutely. It's very important too.
Yeah, I think I completely resonate with what you're saying, that, if we were to do value-based education, children may not understand the importance of it when they're being told, but when they realize later in their life, they will realize that they've been already equipped with this, so they can, without much effort, start using it. Swamiji, you spoke about identity, and you spoke about identity at that point in time, right? That's what I could understand.
Yes.
And then the identity produces purpose. But most of us get stuck in trying to figure out who we are. Is there a way for us to, in this modern living style, be able to identify who we truly are?
Yes, it is possible. In fact, in modern life, I would say it is more easier to identify because today the opportunities to explore are so many more.
Correct.
Fields are so many more.
Correct.
You can make career in so many things. And yes, I understand that choice brings some confusion also. But identities in terms of to find out what is my temperament comes through introspection, comes through asking the right questions. Introspection has to be taught. That nobody teaches today, which is why we find it difficult.
Correct.
Otherwise, if I learn to introspect on, Swami Chinmaya used to give us these 4 steps. Introspect, detect, negate, substitute. You introspect through the day. What were your motives? What was good? What was bad? What did you like? What was your fear? What was your opportunities? Where did you, achieve something today? Introspect through the day. Then you will detect, this is what my temperament is, and this is not what is my temperament. And what is negative in you, you negate that by accepting that this is not right attitude, and then substitute that wisely with something else. So one is introspection will definitely help. 10 minutes in a day I need to do introspection to observe myself through the day. Otherwise, most of the time I'm out. Like you said, modern life, can it be possible? It is possible if I turn little bit within. So I have to spend time with myself and I have to ask right questions.
But Swamiji, like you said, today people have a lot of choices. It's easier. But at the same time, this generation questions everything.
Yeah.
And which is good and which could be challenging as well. But there was always this concept of surrender. A student is the one who surrenders to the Guru.
Yeah.
Right? Today, everything is questioned.
Correct.
Is it making it easier or is it making it difficult?
See, surrender and questioning actually are not opposed to each other. I question to gain more clarity and knowledge so that I can surrender. Not everybody is able to surrender in absence of knowledge just by pure emotion of love for the teacher or devotion for the teacher. So some will be able to do, some need logic. The eventual purpose is surrender only. So when I listen to somebody saying, oh yes, this makes sense and this is very logical, now I will follow.
Okay.
So finally that person has surrendered to that thought process and is following.
Yes.
If somebody is questioning only for the sake of pulling that other person down or just rebel for the sake of rebel, that's called rebel without a cause, then it will not lead them to anywhere else. But questioning is very important, and I feel that if they question and they are given the right clarity, they will do it with much more conviction.
Got it. So, and Swamiji, you spoke about detachment, and I remember during pandemic, we started having conversations, and a lot of people got into spiritual conversations because they had time. And we were dabbling with that detachment is needed when you're already attached. But the best way of living could be when you're not attached to anything.
Correct.
So there is this concept of unattachment rather than detachment.
Okay.
What do you think is the right way, or could be the, I won't say right or wrong, but what could be the way so that we start living a life of unattachment where nothing affects us? We truly are on the path to live our purpose.
So for that we have to understand, why do we get attached? We get attached because we feel by getting this or becoming that or doing this, I will be more happy. So my locus of happiness is not inside, my locus of happiness is outside.
Right.
Then I get attached to that person or thing or situation or the position, whatever it may be. If my locus of happiness I find within, I am comfortable, happy as a person, which is why that T20 formula, exercise, meditation, study, all that, and turn within. You find your joy within, then you don't have to be attached.
Correct.
And you will not be attached. And you will operate from that detachment and what you call now unattachment. That operation from unattachment will happen.
Right.
Like a small child is very happy by itself. He's doing small little things and he's just playing. He doesn't think that only by getting there I will be happy. Because it finds its own happiness. It lives in the state of spontaneity. So I need to find that. Then this unattachment will happen. And then I need to also detach from whatever my attachments are now. So fully then I will come to what you said, I won't be affected by anything. Because my focus will be on the happiness within, which is a quiet mind, peaceful mind connected to the ultimate source.
But Swamiji, you spoke about spontaneity. But spontaneity becomes challenging if we are judgmental in everything that we are doing and everything that is around us. How do we become non-judgmental? Because, we are born non-judgmental. We do not know what is right or wrong, but we we experience through our own experiences, but largely through what is being told to us. So we are living a life of the belief systems of someone else, and we are living their life. Right? Like you said, children observe their parents or everything around them. But despite these experiences, how can we transform ourselves to be non judgmental so that we can be spontaneous in whatever we do?
So a person can be non-judgmental when the person has a certain understanding of oneness, that all of us are finally one only. See, like this whole body, these are different parts. So head is different, hand is different, leg is different. Each one is doing different things. And I know the utility of each. I will employ it whenever required for whatever required. But I have a feeling this is me.
Right.
And even if certain part of the body, suppose one says, okay, I am very obese, then one is working towards that, but one doesn't feel hatred towards that part, or one doesn't feel कि भाई इसको तो बहिष्कार करो, इसका कि इसको काट दो या इसको कुछ neglect करो. No, one is taking steps for it, but one feels this oneness. One is not being very unreasonable towards that.
Got it.
Same way, if I see oneness everywhere, which is what spiritual masters are saying, you see, ek Omkar, when we say one Omkar, is everywhere pervading that one truth. That we have forgotten. Now we are judging based on money, caste, community, creed, gender, skin color, nationality, and then saying this is better, that is lesser. But if I see oneness, all are, it's a one world with so much of variety, plurality, diversity. In and through them, there is one cord which is running. In the Gita, the beautiful analogy given is Sutre Manigana Aiva. There are different sizes and colors of pearls, but they all are held together by one thread. That oneness, if I see at whichever level, suppose I see oneness in family, okay, this is one family. Differences of opinion will be there, but we are one family.
So Vasudhaiva
Kutumbakam bhi ho jayega. Then we don't make so much of ego issues and judgmental about every person and then brand them ki this is good and that is bad. Because there is love then. Where there is oneness, then there is love. Love will override all the other challenges. Then the judgment will only be a functional judgment. See, we cannot be completely non-judgmental. It is not possible. Because I need to judge.
Correct.
But that is a functional judgment in terms of time, resources, whether I should do this, not do this. But psychological branding, that this is superior, that is inferior, and then discriminating based on that, that will not happen if I see oneness.
स्वामी जी, एक और प्रश्न. आपने जब तब नाम के बारे में आपने बात करी थी अंदर. हाउ कैन वी मेक इट इन इंटेग्रल पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ? हम करना चाहते हैं लेकिन फिर हमारे पास समय नहीं होता है, हम बहुत ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, वी हैव हंड्रेड्स ऑफ एक्सक्यूजेस दैट कम अप. देन वी हैव प्रेशर्स बिकॉज आपने टाइम निकाला, लेकिन आपके फैमिली के अंदर उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स थी, तो उन्होंने बोला कि यार अभी आप छोड़ दो, अभी पहले ये प्रायोरिटीज़ हैं. और ये सब रियलिटी है. हम फैमिली में रह रहे हैं, काम पे जाते हैं, ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, रास्ते में ट्रैफिक है, ये सब रियलिटी है. बट इस रियलिटी के बावजूद हम कैसे अपनी ज़िंदगी को डिसिप्लिन कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे नाम और तप और जप हमारी ज़िंदगी का पार्ट हो?
इसके बहुत तरीके होते हैं. सबसे पहले बात तो ये है
और
कि
इसका इम्पैक्ट भी क्या होगा?
हाँ, मुझे इसकी ज़रूरत ऐसी लगनी चाहिए कि जैसे मुझे खाने की ज़रूरत है, पीने की ज़रूरत है, सोने की ज़रूरत है. वी नो कि दिस इज़ नेसेसिटी. इसके बिना हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. थोड़ा बहुत इसमें ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है, अगर टाइम टू टाइम नहीं खाए, लेकिन खाना तो खाएंगे. इस तरह हमारे मन को ये सबसे पहले कन्विक्शन होना चाहिए कि इसकी मुझे ज़रूरत है, इसके बिना इट विल नॉट वर्क. ये कन्विक्शन बहुत वीक होता है. इसीलिए हम बहुत सारी, आपने सही वर्ड यूज़ किया, एक्सक्यूजेस हम दे देते हैं, क्योंकि हमको लगता है ये ऑप्शनल है और अभी नहीं तो बाद में कर लेंगे, अभी इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है. लेकिन ये ज़रूरी है. ये कन्विक्शन पहले आनी चाहिए. दूसरी बात यह है कि समय हमको निकालना पड़ेगा अपने लिए, क्योंकि दिस इज़ व्हाट इज़ गोइंग टू मेक मी डू एवरीथिंग एल्स मोर इफेक्टिवली. सो दिस इज़ नॉट taking me away from my work or my family or my commitments. This is making me more productive and efficient in this, all my roles. So इसके लिए I should start small and grow big. I should commit myself कि first 10 minutes of the day, whatever time I wake up, after I take bath, only 10 minutes I will do for this.
राइट.
अगर एक जगह पे या एक समय पर एक घर पे बैठ के नहीं हो सकता है, डोंट वरी. ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं तो फ्लाइट में बैठे हैं, कार में बैठे हैं, 10 मिनट तो हम निकाल ही सकते हैं अपने लिए. फ़ोन पे तो इतना देखते रहते हैं हम लोग. 10 मिनट केवल निकालना है. सो इट इज़ नॉट लाइक हाफ एन आवर, 40 मिनट्स, देन द माइंड विल से नहीं टाइम नहीं है अभी.
राइट.
जस्ट 10 मिनट. एंड दैट्स वाई कई बार जो माला भी होती है ना, वो केवल 27 बीड की माला होती है, वो करने में भी 5 मिनट ही लग जाता है. या फिर हाथ में गिन सकते हो, 27 बार, 11 बार, जो भी है. सो स्टार्ट स्मॉल एंड ग्रो बिग. थर्ड थिंग इज उसका रस आना चाहिए. रस आना शुरू हो जाएगा, फिर वो आदमी उसमें लग
अपने
जाएगा.
अभी लग जाएगा.
उसका इम्पैक्ट यही है कि आदमी को शांति का अनुभव होगा, सुख का अनुभव होगा, और एक जो आपने कहा अनअटैचमेंट का अनुभव होगा. किसी चीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं, लेकिन मैं आनंद में रह सकता हूँ. नाम से इतना शक्ति है नाम में. जितने भी मन के विकार हैं उनको नष्ट कर सकता है. और इसके लिए चौथी चीज़ है ज्ञान. उस नाम की महिमा क्या है, उस नाम से जो हम जिनका संकेत हो रहा है उनकी महिमा क्या है, वो हमको ज्ञान प्राप्त करना है. और ऐसे लोगों ने जिन्होंने नाम का ये प्रयोग किया है, क्या प्राप्त किया है, ये जितना हम जानेंगे उतना हमारे मन में उसके लिए श्रद्धा बढ़ेगी और हम भी करना चाहेंगे वो.
बिल्कुल. स्वामी जी, एक और दिमाग में क्वेश्चन आया एंड आई एम वेरी टेम्प्टेड टू आस्क यू, एंड दिस इज स्पेसिफिकली बिकॉज दिस इज बुक दैट आई एम राइटिंग और पेनिंग डाउन विच इज ऑन हाउ कैन वी डिफीट कैंसर. एंड ये प्रश्न मेरे ज़िंदगी में इसलिए आया था बिकॉज मैंने देखा, मेरी अपनी मदर, उनको जब कैंसर हुआ और वो 21 दिन में she left us. But when the doctor said that you have to let her go because that's the best thing that you can do for her, she was not willing to go. जबकि डॉक्टर ने बोला था कि कुछ घंटों की बात है, the moment we plug off, she'll pass on in a few hours, but at max 24 hours. And after 72 hours, the doctor is asking us that what is holding her back. And that is the time when me and my wife were expecting our son. So probably that was holding her back कि मेरे को अपने grandson को देखना है. बट आई केप्ट थिंकिंग दैट अगर एक टर्मिनल केस पेशेंट है, वो इतनी डिटर्मिनेशन शो कर सकता है कि शी इज़ विलिंग टू फाइट डेथ एंड शी वांट्स टू लिव. तो टर्मिनल, ये स्टेज 1 स्टेज 2 के कैंसर में तो बहुत ही, अगर किसी ऐसी डिटर्मिनेशन शो करेगा तो उसकी तो स्पीड ऑफ रिकवरी कितनी फास्ट हो जाएगी. So I started studying this. Now, when I started studying this, there are a lot of things that came up. That finding your purpose, that why do you want to live. एक माँ होती है, वो कहती है कि मेरा छोटा बच्चा है, मेरे बाद वो क्या करेगा, I can't afford to die, so I will do whatever is needed to make me live. किसी और ने कई चीज़ें बोली. Is there a role of spirituality that can help the patient who's dealing with something as severe as cancer to take charge and say that, listen, I will decide whether I want to live or not. Is that a possibility, or is that state of mind can be invoked? And if yes, how can that be done?
So yes, determination can be definitely invoked. Spiritual knowledge has a lot of capacity to bring that. क्योंकि एक जब, जैसे आपने कहा, एक माँ के लिए बच्चे को बड़ा करना है, वो उनका लक्ष्य बन जाता है, उद्देश्य बन जाता है, फिर वो कुछ भी उसके लिए करेगी. इसी तरह एक साधक के लिए क्या होगा कि मुझे ये मनुष्य का शरीर मिला है और ये मनुष्य का शरीर बहुत दुर्लभ होता है और इससे साधना करके भगवत प्राप्ति करनी है, परमानंद प्राप्त करना है, जो भी हम कहें उसके लिए. जब तक वो प्राप्त नहीं होता तब तक मैं देह त्याग नहीं करना चाहता. ये अगर अल्टीमेट पर्पस क्लियर हो जाता है और उसका माध्यम है मेरा गृहस्थ का जीवन, सेवा का भाव, ये पर्पस की क्लैरिटी जब आ जाती है तो दैट पर्सन विल फाइट आउट एवरीथिंग. इवन द डिसीज वन विल फाइट आउट, सेइंग कि आई नीड टू इवॉल्व, दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी इज नॉट कमिंग सून. बहुत दुर्लभ होता है मनुष्य का शरीर. इसीलिए सभी स्पिरिचुअल ट्रेडिशंस में यह दिखाया जाएगा और कहा जाएगा कि मनुष्य शरीर बहुत 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 दुर्लभ होता है. सो डोंट वेस्ट इट. सो दैट इज़ वन एस्पेक्ट कि मेरे जीवन का एक लक्ष्य क्लियर हो जाना चाहिए. बाकी जैसे आपने कहा कि बाकी अगर जीवन का लक्ष्य नहीं है तो सम अदर पर्पस, इट मे बी पर्सन, इट मे बी लव, इट मे बी एनी अचीवमेंट, इट मे बी सम डिज़ायर आई हैव टू फुलफिल. the intense desire it is, the more intense will be the determination. तो desire को intense करना चाहिए और कि ये क्या मुझे प्राप्त करना है इस देह में. तो even if there is a disease, I will fight. Why? Because the purpose and the desire is more dear to me.
Swamiji, thank you so much for speaking to us at BW Wellbeing World. It is
Thank
such
you
a
very
pleasure
much.
to have you here with us and host you at the Festival of Wellbeing.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you so
wonderful
much.
opportunity.
Thank you so
and
much.
Best wishes for all the great work you are doing. Well-being is very, very necessary in the world today, and you are reaching it to so many people. So wish you all success in that.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you.